Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. We just witnessed Man United winning over Arsenal at the Emirates for the first time since 2017. What a fantastic game from the boys and their coach, Michael Carrick. There were goals from Mbeumo, from Dorgu, from Cunha, and it was a thriller until the end. Guys, girls, Stu and I will go through the game. I have some live footage. We'll go through the tactical part of it. And, let's just celebrate together and enjoy. We are sitting fourth in the league, secure on the Champions League spot at the moment. So let's hope that this can continue. I see a lot of people have tuned in already. Please do me a favor, smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time, and Stu and I will be back after this short intro. See you in a sec. Yes, guys. Man United won the game over Arsenal for the first time since 2017. Who would have thought Man United could actually do something like this? I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed and happy. And I see a lot of people have tuned in already. So, guys, girls, here's Stu.
Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, the mighty Tipton Town were beaten yesterday in the cup. So we now go down to a Spanner Cup because they don't kick you out at our age. They put you down into a Spanner Cup. What? I was thinking today that if I'd actually gone and put money on correct scores that I predicted this season, I think I might have done quite well financially today because it's one of those, isn't it? But I thought we were shabby. I've had a knock to the head as well yesterday. Fucking
Shabby.
elbow to the temple, so me fucking brains all over the place. But definitely a shabby first 30 minutes. I don't know whether or not we showed them too much respect or not. I can't make up my mind on that one. But ultimately, our skill level shone through, and I was absolutely delighted with what we produced. Did we deserve to win? Absolutely. I think we did today. But Maguire particularly was absolutely phenomenal. But here's the thing, and this is what really annoyed me most about the whole match. I'd never noticed it before watching Arsenal, but all they do is play for corners. They don't actually go for goal. And there was a couple of, I think I texted you, didn't I, that Timber, I think it was, specifically did a back heel onto, I think it was Dallo for a corner. They absolutely played for the corner. And it becomes quite a poor effort, really, if you were relying on corners to win games of football. And that's what they did today. Arsenal purely relied on corners. They weren't effective in the middle of the park, as we've seen before. Jarvis in particular, Rice in particular, Ødegaard, Zubimendi, they weren't effective in that area. I didn't think we were overly effective in the middle of the park either, by the way. I thought we were good in parts. There's a couple of players, which I think you'll agree with, influenced the game rarely, but when they did influence the game properly. So I thought that was quite interesting. Nice to see Lamans commanding where possible, but I mean, that second goal, it was like fucking under eights football, wasn't it? The way that they just encroached on him. I mean, he's got nowhere to go, the keeper. Absolutely nowhere to go. And if Arsenal are going to try and win the league by that, we don't want that. I'd rather Villa win the league, quite frankly. At least they're trying to play some attractive football. So, look, all in all, we are, as you quite rightly say, we're genuinely in fourth. There's no ifs, no buts about it. Unequivocally, we are in fourth position. We've got Fulham at home next week, and we think Fulham are a good side. We've all said this, Devilish Tacticos, you, me. We think Fulham are a good side, but I do expect 3 points. I think Frank at the United Strand is absolutely praying to the gods
Yes.
If we get a win against Fulham, he's going to be getting giddy. If we get 4 wins on the spin, he's really going to be getting giddy. You know, he is going to blow up if we get 4 wins on the spin. He's blown up already. Credit Steve Holland.
Yeah.
Game
plan, fantastic game plan.
He's a coach. He is a proper coach. And I go back to the summer, Jarvis, when you were saying about we must get a proper coach in alongside Eric Ten Hag. Sorry, 2 summers ago, or last summer, and then this summer you said we must get a proper coach in alongside Amarin, and a proper coach has come through the door, and look what's happened. You know, we're all lauding Carrick. Start looking at Steve Holland, everybody.
I think you're right, Stu. I think you have a point, but you know, let's also give credit to Michael Carrick. I think he have had a fantastic influence on the team. I would never have thought that Man United would be able to, and him be able to turn this around, because it was dreadful. A couple of weeks ago, you know, it was we were down. We were down with a broken neck, and I didn't enjoy anything when it came to Man United, and now suddenly, you know, the sun is shining and everything is hunky dory. And you know, this is the funny thing with football. You know, win a couple of games and you're back again.
Do you know, football amazes everybody. We were all watching Liverpool-Bournemouth last night, and you know, I felt Bournemouth would get the winner, and they did. You know, it was absolutely great to see. Villa today were fantastic against Newcastle. They really were. Fulham have been good this year.
Watkins scored again. Watkins,
yeah. The second goal was very good.
An assist.
Yeah, I mean, Buendía's goal was, you know, one out the storybooks, wasn't it? It was a fantastic strike. It really was. Bit like Dorgu's one out the storybooks. But, you know, if you don't try, Jarvis, you don't score. Simple as that, isn't it? It's an old adage.
Yeah.
City looked a bit better, didn't they, with Gahey? In defence, looked a bit more solid. Semenyo's had a brilliant start to his City career. We're not there yet. By nowhere near, we're not there yet, Jarvis, in terms of 12 points. We've been 12 points behind. And we've come on and we've won the title, haven't we? We know that particular year. But I think that Villa are too consistent at this point. City, I think, are going to end up finishing third. I think Villa might snatch it, Jarvis, my old mate.
Yeah, well, I think Villa has overperformed. I need to see more, and I still think this Arsenal team is solid. But I think we made it really difficult for them how we set up our team. And you know, we talk about Holland, we talk about Carrick, and the rest of the Man United players. You know, working wholeheartedly on the game plan.
Yes.
To the whole for the full 90s. You know, we are not doing anything spectacular in a way. We are just setting up in a solid 4-4-2, very narrow, and we work we work twice as hard as any other team. You know,
but we've moved on to an interesting phase though, Jarvis, my old mate, and what was massively interesting today in particular was Mbeumo comes off after 65, and we put in Cunha on the pitch. We're not putting anyone out. We're putting Cunha on the pitch. So that's sinking.
Yeah, suddenly we have a bench. We have a bench.
Yeah.
We have something.
We're putting Sesko on the pitch. We're putting Mazzari on the pitch. Suddenly, all of a sudden, it's all come together, and we're putting these players onto the pitch. Cunha, when he came in, forget his goal, actually, just put that goal to us and just park it. He did exactly what me and you spoke about the other day, Jarvis. When Cunha gets the ball, he drives with it, and he gets you out, you know, up the pitch. He loses it a lot. We
talked about this in the preview, actually starting Cunha because of this. He would give us a breather, because I suspected Arsenal would put us under pressure and keep possession, and we would lay low. So having someone who can actually be the out. But then again, I think Michael Carrick chose the right game plan, and I think Mbeumo was instrumental in the way he pressed. He made Gabriel and Saliba so uncertain on the ball, and you know that it was a coincidence that they panicked when he scored his first goal.
No coincidence whatsoever.
It comes down to pure hard work, pressure, the timing of his run, how he does his little shimmy, you know, when he runs against them, so they can't pick a side. You know, and he comes in hard. You feel it when Mbeumo comes in and just gives you a little push.
His vision today was very, very nice. The way that he picked up positions in the pocket, I thought was very, very good today. Particularly, he played, as you quite rightly say, brilliantly between Gabriel Saliba and both fullbacks. He pushed along both sides quite nicely. Ahmad drifted wide. I'm going to say it, Grace. I'm not saying it just because you're in the chat. If you're in the chat, Grace, but hands up to Dalot today. I didn't think he put a foot wrong. I'm sorry.
Well, he did one thing. He gave them the free kick when it was a little bit too eager, and that should be avoided. But again, I think Dalot had a good game.
Yeah,
good game, especially at the end of the game when we put Masraoui as the third centre back, and Dalot actually was pushing really hard on Saka. So Arsenal couldn't put us under pressure and let Saka just curl those crossers in for Gyökeres and the rest of the guys, Mainoo in the middle of the pitch. So I think Dalot was instrumental at the end, how he took out
took a header as well.
When
took a header as well at the back.
He did.
Everybody makes a mistake. So when I say put a foot wrong, everyone makes at least one mistake in a game of football. It's impossible not to. It really is. And I thought that, you're right, Jarvis, I thought that was his only what you would call noticeable mistake, and I thought he was very, very good today. Maguire just just on a different planet.
Yeah, but by the way, I made a poll for you guys. Who was your man of the match? And I also have written smash the like. So if you haven't, please do us a favor and smash the like. But who was your man of the match? The nominees are Maguire, Mbeumo, Dorgu, and Sané Lamens. And so far, 58% of you guys have voted for Patrick Dorgu. And but it's still early, so I will keep it up a little bit. So we will give the man of the match at the end of the show. I saw I think it was Sky who gave it to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. And I saw Footmob gave their man of the match and sent the Devils to Sané Lamens. So there are many heroes in today's game.
I think it could have gone either way, my old mate, to be honest. I would have given it to Maguire, the centre-backs union, of course. So I would have given it to him. But to be honest, I agree. I thought Dorgu was excellent today. Different type of game he's playing at the moment. I thought Ahmad was good today in patches. Mainoo was a funny one. Talk about ghosting in and out of games.
I loved Mainoo today. I think he had an excellent game.
But he ghosted in and out of the game.
Just small passes. You see it on Dorgu's goal. The way he just lets the ball through with its outside of his foot. He doesn't panic in tight areas. Sometimes they overdo it. It's a little bit too short in my taste, but. No. I thought one thing about some of the phrase ghost or some of the word ghost is he picked and chose his moment. You pick and choose your moment when you get inside. So when I was saying before, players weren't always involved in the game, but when they were involved, they made it count. That's exactly what for me Dorgu was doing. So I'll be honest with you. There was patches, and I think we'll all agree. Bruno was in danger of losing his head again in small patches. Yes, you could see it right away. Bruno
and then all of a sudden something clicked in his brain, and he just got himself together because it was him, Mainoo, and Dorgu, wasn't it, for the Dorgu goal? Could we have argued? I thought Timber's finish, by the way, for the first goal, I thought was decent. We could argue that, look, Martinez should have got his left peg on it, but look, it's one of those things. Lamens had no chance with that, but we'll go through that at the time.
I have this. We can look at the goals afterwards. But I saw someone in the chat mentioning Ahmad, and I have to agree. I think it was Sebastian who mentioned Ahmad's defensive. Here we go. Ahmad was great defensively, and I totally agree. How he was like fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He was like in that role. He's so aggressive when he has the chance. He worked super hard, and I really, really enjoyed watching Ahmad today. How he took his job seriously defensively, and I think he learned a lot under Amrim playing as the wing back. Defensively, and he also had the timing in his press.
It's what Lawrence has just said. I'll let you read that.
Yeah, Amorim laid the groundwork. He just needed that 6, 8, 10 midfield. We all said that the formation was key in the end. The additional fullbacks. Yes.
I think you're absolutely right, guys. I thought I've been critical of Ahmad this year in his defensive work. I've also been critical of him when he's playing up front and he doesn't go around on the right. I'd like him to go around on the right, but actually today, in areas when he was faced up with one or two players, I thought he held it up well and used it better. He used it a little more simpler today, which is what we need. Cunha has a habit, bless him, of running it, losing it, and falling on the floor crying, which makes me laugh. Really, I don't know why I laugh at that.
It's the Brazilian dark art, you know.
It is, isn't it? Because I've been frustrated
with that housely at the end of the game, you know, to just drag out the time and frustrate the Arsenal players, because we could clearly see they lost focus.
They did. And who'd have thought it is? We both said fucking Mainoo is likely to score, didn't we? Post game. What happened? He's always there, isn't he? He's a fucking nightmare. One thing that really pleased me today was that Trossard, I thought we kept under wraps very well today.
Yeah, the poor game. Yes.
Saka, I thought we kept under wraps very, very well today. I thought Rice was less influential than I've seen him in games this year. Ødegaard, I don't know, Jarvis, you're Norwegian. I think he's lost his way. Seems to have lost his way in this particular phase of the season.
He's in poor form at the moment. Yeah, he works hard, and in the first 20 minutes, I think it was good, but I think they use a lot of juice, pushing and working that hard with the press, and we knew that Arsenal were going to huff and puff in the first 20 minutes. Yeah, and the Noradin talked about this. I talked about this. So we just needed to survive the first 20 minutes, and then the game was more open.
Going to open for us, yeah. I thought his ball usage wasn't the best it's been. I've seen it, his ball usage, his tight control, his running ability. It just seems to have deserted him at the moment. As for Zubimendi, Jarvis, what the effing hell is all that about? What's all the fuss about Zubimendi? Because I've never seen him have a good game.
No.
One thing that really, Urian Timber, he's some fullback, isn't he? Well, wing back, whatever you want to call him. I thought he was very good today. So, look,
but you could see on that second, Dorgu had two chances, big chances, and that second chance blew over. Dorgu just ran alongside Timber and just pushed him away. He has power in his run. So even a big guy like Timber, he didn't have chance against Dorgu. So I think Dorgu played himself up in the game, and he was fantastic at the end of the game. And there's also a question there from Paul: did Dorgu pull a hammy? And I believe so. I believe he
did as well. Yeah. Well, we won't know probably till tomorrow, straight Tuesday on that one, Paul. If there's any swelling, it has to go down, and they'll do an MRI. If it's just a slight pull, who knows? If it's a slight tear, that we just need to hope that he's okay.
It could be 1 week. It could be 6 weeks. That's correct. Now we don't know. Yeah.
I was about to say though, mate, bold statement about to come out of these fair lips here, mate. But I thought Dorgu probably played himself into one of the first 2 or 3 names on the team sheet. I think it is Dorgu. Yes, no question. What we talking about him for?
But I think he struggled a little bit in the first 15 to 20 minutes with Saka a couple of times defensively. You can clearly see he's not a fullback at trade. He's more of a winger. So he couldn't quite keep a hold on Saka, but he did his job. He played himself into the game and just gradually became better and better in my mind.
Yeah, no, that's a fair comment, and I've got no issue with that either. By the way, my old mate, because you've taken the pitch, I've taken the pitch, and you've tormented a player for about 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you try to do the same, and he's got you nailed, hasn't he? You could do the chop 5 times out of 10 against the player, and you'll only do it 5. You won't do it again because he's got hold of you and he knows what you're going to do. So you've then got to think to yourself, well, there's no point me trying the chop because I've got to do something else. And I think that's how Dorgu approached it with. I tend to agree with you on that one. You do learn and evolve during a game of football. We talk about it a lot, actually, me and you do, about how you evolve during a game of football. And I think Dorgu learned. Lamans as well, I thought, learned today how to cope with a pack penalty area. Thanks, Sebastian. Pack penalty area. I thought he punched well, caught when he could catch, but got rid when it was a bit of an issue. So yeah, that was nice to see. I was a little bit. I don't know what you thought about Martinez there. I thought he had a good game, by the way, but I felt he slowed our momentum a lot as well. He would get the ball, he'd put his foot on the ball, he wouldn't move.
Well, there weren't many openings. I have to say, you got to realize when Arsenal defended, they kind of did the same thing as we did. They stayed compact and just dropped down. So there weren't any openings, and we weren't willing to sacrifice any of our defensive players to go into attack to try to create anything. So we kept our wingers on each side. We kept our fullbacks deep down. So when Martinez was on the ball, he was trying to find players, but he only had two options, and that was or Bruno. So it was easy for Arsenal just to swarm them out, and they didn't have any options. So you could see him, always looking, and then nothing. So
on that phase of play, I'd like to see him just maybe run with it an extra 10 yards. You're absolutely right, by the way, because what you're talking about, everybody, what Jarvis is talking about,
it's about balance. We played.
There was three occasions where he went for a pass, didn't he? And it was just there was just nobody there, or he slightly overhit it because he got no one to aim for. So no, you're absolutely right. They did kill the pocket on both sides, right and left, actually.
Yeah,
very, very well. In fact, Fellaini would have struggled. Seriously, Fellaini used to find that pocket you were talking about. He would have struggled in this game to find that space in that particular area. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and you're up against Subamendi, Rice, and Saliba and Gabriel. The four, that box, and yeah.
It's all happening tonight.
Holland, big up, Catherine.
I love that one, Catherine. No nonsense, McDade. Straight in there with Ballon Dorgu. I think somebody else put it as well. Yes, please.
Did I see a super chat coming in, or am I? Where's the start messages, dude? I can't find them. But, it's been some updates here on.
I haven't seen the super chat.
Well, they made an update. Okay, so if any of you put in a super chat, just say that you did, and I will read it out if you can put it up again. There was a let's look at the momentum of the game, Stu, and talk about the facts of the game. Arsenal had most of the ball. I think we sat back, but I felt that we were comfortable on the ball, and I felt that we didn't panic every time we received the ball under pressure. We tried to zigzag our way and keep possession. No, I will check it out, Sean. And also when it comes to Senne Lammens, I would have hoped that he was a little bit more precise, on his passes forward. I think we lost the ball many of times because of this. So there's a part of his game that he can improve actually when it comes to this. But so we reverted a lot of the times just to play, and then we ended up just giving it back to Senne Lammens and him just playing it long, and then we lost possession again. So at one time, I would say halftime in the halfway through the first half, I think the possession numbers were like 72-28 or something. We didn't have anything at that time. We couldn't keep the ball. But then something happened. The game opened up, and we started to attack a little bit more. And obviously, the goal affected the game tremendously. But we had a couple of chances before that too. Bruno had 2 shots, and Mbeumo was through one time, but he was caught up by the defenders. So, I think we were comfortable, and the game plan was almost the same as against Manchester City. So
that was actually the turning point, wasn't it? In Mbeumo's first effort was actually the turning point of the game, because that's the first time we got in between the fullback and I think it was Saliba, wasn't it? I thought he missed a chance to strike it, but then watching back, I don't think he was set properly. So I think he would have ballooned it over the bar, or would have gone straight into Raya. So when he came back on himself, He then gave Bruno a straight ball rather than a one slightly to his right. And I think that's why Bruno couldn't actually get a hold of it. But then we started to tick then in the middle of the park. The game kind of changed a bit. You're right. It was as if Arsenal had opened up a wake, because a lot of room appeared in the middle of the park. We were winning challenges, picking up the second ball, picking up any loose scraps that were going. And then we were using it and dealing with it properly. Ahmed had pushed up at that point to give a lot of space, a lot of help to Bruno or Casemiro, who was ever in that vicinity, and Dorgu was operating just behind Saliba, so it had opened up a bit more space. So that phase, and I'm a bit like you actually. I couldn't explain why. I didn't notice any big change, but it just appeared. It was weird. It's like a big crack in the road. It just appears a sinkhole. So, but the thing about that was, though, my old mate, is we utilised it, we capitalised on it, and we made Arsenal pay. I mean, Zubimendi, the ball in from Timber to Zubimendi. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't understand what kind of happened there. Zubimendi loses it, but Mbeumo,
but it's Saliba. He dilly-dallied on the ball. You know, he wasn't ready for the ball, and when he received it, it was under pressure instantly. And the pass to Zubimendi was a poor pass. So it's a number of errors leading into Zubimendi's pass to Mbeumo, in my opinion. So
no, I think you're right. But ultimately, though, the absolute. I mean, he was frozen ice, wasn't he? I mean, he was ice cold when he got in. There was no panicking. Glides it by Raya. I mean, fucking hell, by the way, between Raya and was it Gabriel or Saliba, whoever it was, he had that much room to slide the ball through. When you actually look at it from behind the goal, he didn't have a lot of room to slide the ball through. It was absolutely phenomenal play by Mbeumo.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the file. Sean sent me something.
Okay. Was it him knee sliding? Because apparently he was doing some knee sliding. So is that what he sent you?
Maybe. I will find that. Do a couple of comments too, and I'm
just going to pull some up. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Anana has been quoted as saying, "No, Carrick's in, he can get back in the team." Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Dorgu pressing Zubi to make a terrible mistake. Absolutely. Big up everyone versus United. This is from Lawrence. Poetic with your snow angels melting red devils. Paul says having Mainoo in midfield seems to allow Fernandez to play further up the pitch. This is Carrick fella. Must be some sort of tactical genius. I mean, who'd have thunk it? Actually, it's more. Yeah, I mean, Carrick absolutely, but don't underestimate Steve Holland, old friend. He's brilliant.
By the way, this is the file Sean sent me. I don't know if I can get any. Can't get any sound on it.
Is that snow, Jarvis, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's snow. It's snow.
Well, it's. Do you call that snow in Norway?
It's making snow angels.
It is.
So, but you can't get the sound. It's Sean, United versus everybody, and really celebrating. Happy, big up, Sean. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for sending me this.
He's got a little bit. He's got a little bit of depth in there, hasn't he, old mate?
Yeah, you know, it's not like Norway, but you know, at least it's something.
Kudos. Absolutely. Well done, Sean. Absolutely brilliant.
Big up, Sean. Big up, Sean.
Yeah, big up, mate. Big up.
But making snow angels, you know, I think
it's an interesting question.
It was a good way to cool down after a game like this. It was.
Yeah, here's an interesting, and I agree with this. Dave says that Arteta has no plan for Eze and Madueke. Absolutely, 100%. Eze looked lost when he came on, didn't he? I think it was too late for Madueke. Madueke's been playing quite well, actually. I was surprised he got dropped for Saka for this, to be honest.
I think it's a good point. I think Eze looked lost. Madueke, you know, he's all about pace for me. You know, he has no skills at all. He's just like a pace merchant. He's like a B-Tech Dan James in a way. But you know, I'm not trying to slag off Madueke, but he's not.
I thought it was funny. He's been playing quite well actually last few games for Arsenal when he was in place of Saka. I thought he's done quite well, but he wasn't ever going to make it. The Eze one's the strange one for me. Eze would be thinking, what have I done?
Yeah,
what have I done? I should stay at Palace. Could have gone to the red side of Manchester. I would have been winning today.
Yeah.
Jamie Wayne, look at him, bless him. He's all happy. You're happy today, aren't you, big fella? You're happy today. Good lad.
Of course, Jamie is happy. We beat the mighty Arsenal. So look at the momentum, Stu. This is the momentum of the game, and you see here in the first 20 to 25 minutes, Arsenal were all over us, and the momentum gradually was being more and more, and suddenly I think we came into the game. We had a couple of chances, and actually they scored against the play that when Timber scored his first goal, but we kept on going, and we scored our goal right before half time, and after that I think we came out. Beginning of the second half, I think we were the better team. We took control over the game, and Arsenal they looked lost. They were out of ideas, and I say we deserved to be up in the lead 2-1, and Arsenal huffed and puffed, but I think we were comfortable in the games. But the free kicks, set pieces, corner kicks was always something to be fearful of, and at the end, yes, they scored that goal from Mainoo. But who would have thought when that Cunha goal came, that was something. I jumped off my couch. My dog was super scared because I was screaming to the TV. I don't know how you were at that moment, Stu.
I did exactly the same, which is unlike me. I don't get up and I don't get up and jump around. I really don't. But I was up, and I was like, and there was a couple of because I have to go upstairs when the family's in. So there's a couple of calls. What's going on? Nothing. We scored. So it's unlike me to do that. But we know Cunha's capable of that, don't we? We've seen it for Wolves. I mean, he's done it against us anyway, hasn't he himself? He's done it. But the way that he used Gabriel, I think it was Gabriel, wasn't it? He used Gabriel as a shield. Rye had no chance. It was in the back of the net before Rye even. We're all watching it thinking, suddenly the ball curls in and everybody's going, what the? You can imagine mobile phones, tablets all over the place. I think I texted you, didn't I? Get in your fucking, or something like that, you fucking beauty, It was one of those. It was just pure elation. And Cunha just like, I know he didn't quite know what to do at one point, did he? It was a little bit like Mbeumo when he scored. He knew what he wanted to do, but didn't quite know what to do because the elation. And then did you see Bruno? They all coming in absolutely elated. It was fantastic. And then you look round and you see Gabriel almost crying, Ray is in tears. Rice is like, hands in the air. They just don't know what to do. You are stunned at that point. Totally stunned. And then, of course, everyone was expecting, 12 minutes of added time. We got away with 7 somehow. I still don't know how we got away with 7. I think it was 7 minutes, but anyway, we did. But the thing is, Arsenal, if you forget the Timber goal, because I think the Timber goal, by the way, Jarvis, was just a hit and hope cross. It was a hit and hope shot, wasn't it? So I don't actually recall anything specific where they attacked us through the middle and shot through the middle. So, they really did. They really were relying on corners or set pieces.
That was the only thing they had. They had nothing. They were out of ideas. And we defended brilliantly. And how we set up these two banks of 4 always, and the 2 number 9s or number 10s or whatever you want to call them.
Whichever you want to call them. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
How they work. And centrally now we look so solid. We struggled with this under Amorim, and I don't know why Amorim didn't try at least to flood the midfield centrally. He was so obsessed with his diamonds and playing out wide all the time. So
you called it in the summer, mate. You called it. I'm going to give you kudos. You called it in the summer. You spoke about the difference, and I spoke about the difference as well between European football and Premier League football. And isn't it interesting that you get a Premier League coach, Steve Holland, somebody who's been around the Premier League and they understand immediately what to do to stop the overload in the middle of the park. And that's, you called it back in the summer. You said we will not win matches by playing this way, and I agreed with you. I did, because I don't like it. So interestingly, as you quite rightly pointed out, Steve Holland and Carrick have gone, fuck you, we're going to go to a back three now.
Yeah.
Apologies to you. We don't care. We're going to go to back three. And even
he did the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that little sort of change, and Arteta's going, what the? That's not in the playbook. Where's my playbook? You can't go to a back three again. You're not allowed to, and they just didn't know what to do, bud.
Yeah, but people got to realize he swapped Madueke and Saka so they can't, Saka with his left foot coming on the left side, crossing in, and the same with Madueke. So he was banking on getting a lot of crosses into that box. He was trying to flood the box with Gyökeres, Mainoo, pushed up Saliba all the time, and they're big players, and he was hoping that they could just put us down, put us on the siege, hammer us with crosses all the time, but we didn't. Carrick could just fix it. Okay, we go to a back three, 2 wing backs, we block off their crossings. So again, in-game management, world class from Michael Carrick, and people got to realize, this guy, he knows the game.
But
you would never see Amorim do something like this.
Here's the thing, and this is going to pain me. This is going to really upset me, guys. But when I was having that little bit of a powwow, don't also discount, it's going to fucking hurt me, this is, Woodgate's influence on that as well. You've got to, the guy, the three of them were there, and they were discussing and talking and running, and it pains me. It pains me to say it. It really does. But you can't discount him. Things have 100% changed for the better. And there's a fluidness about Manchester United that we haven't seen, I would say, since Ollie, if I'm being honest with you, when Carrick was there, with Ollie. But then we had a Mickey Phelan in there as well. So we had another revered coach. We haven't had a revered coach since Phelan. And all of a sudden, another revered coach comes in Steve Holland. People can say what they like about Steve Holland and the Gareth Southgate. But you know where the success was now, don't you, with England? It's no coincidence. It can't be any coincidence what's happening, because, Jarvis, you said it. What's the point with a 38-year-old, a 40-year-old, and a 42-year-old coach with no Premier League experience? And a
28-year-old or something like that.
28-year-old. You get one 60-year-old coach or whatever, and he comes in.
The goalkeeper coach,
relaxed. This is what we do. This is why we do it. This is what I want you to do. So we've got to park it again, like we did with City. We've got to park it again. We've got to go back. We've got to train. We play Fulham 2 o'clock next Sunday, I believe, at Old Trafford. And we've got to start again. We've got to take a deep breath and start again. I think that'll be a fantastic game, because I think Silva will be
that will be something. I'm looking forward to that game, because I think it will give me a lot of answers. Because right now I know how we will set up against a team that will try to dominate us and have the majority of possession. But when we come up against Fulham, they played very balanced. And I watched the game, the Fulham game against Brighton, and I think Fulham is a very good setup. They have the little bit extra. They chalked on what's his name? Not Madueke, but Chukwueke or something.
And
he scored at the end.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And even Sander Berge didn't have a good game, but he's still
he was poor, wasn't he, Sander Berge?
But he had a poor game. But again, I think, in the right moments, he's doing the right thing and he's shielding that back four. So it's interesting, and also Fulham are getting a lot of players back now from injury. Robinson is back, so it will be a tough game. They are sitting 7th in the league, and it won't be an easy game. So
they're sniffing around, aren't they? Europe, Fulham again.
They are.
Europe,
yeah. 100%.
It'll be a very, very tough game. Very tough game. And the lads are saying, there's been some brilliant comments, by the way. Jamie Wayne watched it with his dad, and he jumped up. Pete was mentioning earlier, good to see you, Pete. He's wondering what how they'll react, Arsenal, with City and with Villa in particular on quite a nice reign of form. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens moving forward. Pete also says Fulham will always give us a good game at Old Trafford. I totally agree, they do. It'll be a tough one, won't it? It won't be an easy game, but.
It was a good game today, but we will come back to the Fulham game. We will talk more about
the
Fulham
we'll
game. We will also, I don't know, we can have the debate. What do you think? Can we keep, should we keep Carrick, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's too soon. I want to see more, because that's why I'm thinking the Fulham game will give me more answers, because I need to know how we will play against teams who will set up with the mid block, not trying to keep possession for possession's sake, not putting us on the siege. I want to see us with a different game plan and how we actually can do this.
Yeah, I don't think we will have the Carrick debate till the summer.
Yeah,
for me, it's too easy. It's too early. Do you remember? And we've seen this, by the way, with Ollie. Didn't Ollie, I don't know, get 9 results in a row?
9 wins in a row. Yeah,
something like that. And we did, at that time, we did the right thing by employing him. I don't know yet about Carrick, but what I would say is, and whatever happens, if you do get a Tuchel or whatever, you keep him and you keep Holland around. That would be my only criteria, because I think that's the only way forward. And then push Carrick up to the hot seat. Interesting, though, you look at Arteta hopping around like the Energizer Bunny, isn't he? Hopping around all over the place. You look at Carrick in his T-shirt or whatever he was wearing, in his suit jacket. Holland, again, it pains me to fucking say this. I'm going to throw up in a minute. Woodgate, we look so calm. Well, they look so calm as a trio. The backroom staff looks so calm. Everything looks really, really calm. And everything in Arsenal's, I mean, looking at Gabriel Heinze, he was an absolute stalwart for us, absolutely in tears virtually at the end. But he'd seen it all before. He's been on the same team that's done that type of thing. We suddenly appear to have this, everything that me and you we've been wanting, Jarvis, that want and that will to go in and win a fucking game of football. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But we've got to wait and see how we do. And there's no, we all as well realised what has been removed from our attacking line, and that's the Dalot long throw. It no longer exists. I didn't really see it in. No, he hasn't got a long throw anyway, has he? But
I don't think he's particularly good at it. If you compare to other. That is it the Brighton
I know
guy?
what you're talking about. Yeah,
the Bournemouth guy, Burn.
Yeah, that's his name.
Burnley guy.
The Burnley guy. Yeah. Well, that's a proper throw, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like coming in flying like a rocket, not like this high, coming down with snow on it. You don't want that.
Well, we don't want that.
No.
Paul says, no, you're absolutely right, mate. Sorry, we're not. There's no downers on here today, pal. We're never a downer. We just no downers, mate. Oh, sorry, that's me. That's me. That's me.
Yeah. You can just handle the control. I just wanted to read out Sean's messages. That is the Carrick effect, Stu. I said in my Carrick tactics video that he bring calmness to the dressing room, and I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I totally. Yeah,
it's contagious for the rest of the group when you have someone around like kind of stoic, and I think it's good. And also, I think we talk about tactics. I can talk about tactics, and I can sit here and talk about Emirates, diamonds and all over fancy stuff. This is proper football management. Setting up against the team you are playing, having a plan for that specific game and make it work. Get the players to believe in it and try to set up the players in their best roles and trying to get the best out of the guys you have available. Amorim never did this. He was too stubborn. He wanted to do it his way.
And weird, isn't it? It's weird. It's weird how a professional manager would do that, though. You're quite right.
But he didn't want to bulge. He wanted to be stubborn. He didn't want to go into that same error or fault as Ten Hag did, because Ten Hag came out early. He lost the 2 first games. He lost against Brighton 4-0 or whatever, he panicked. And he said in the interview, I'm not here to play the Ajax type of football. I can't do it. And a lot of people critiqued him very hard for that. So I think Amorim was afraid to do the same. Didn't want to look weak, but that was also his fault.
But I would always argue on that. Do you look weak or do you look smart? I think if you change your system because it's not working, you actually look smart. You don't look weak. You look like you're intelligent. You look like you know what you're doing on a football pitch or coaching a football team. You look special in many ways. I mean, I was talking to Liverpool fans this morning. Oh, Slot's got to go. Slot's got to go. And I made the point. I said, look, all right, we know that Slot necessarily didn't coach them to the title last season. Me and you spoke about it plenty of times. But you're sitting fifth in the Premier League, or you're sitting fourth in the Premier League this morning. What's your fucking problem? You're not, we're never going to do this. We're never going to do that. What do you want? What do you want? And this is the problem. I said, being a Manchester United fan as opposed to being a Liverpool fan over the last 6 years is chalk and cheese. Come over to us where we're rudderless, where we don't know what's going on, where we don't know what team's going to come out from one day to the next. In many ways, I said, a lot of us fans are a little bit annoyed at some of the players because they can do it and they're demonstrating they can do it, but the guidance they were getting wasn't correct. Now the correct guidance is coming in. We're a bit more relaxed on the pitch. I mean, Carrick, one of his biggest strengths as a footballer was his calmness and his ability to not have his feathers ruffled. Very similar to actually Kobe Mainoo. I agree with you on that. That's that calmness. He doesn't get agitated so much, and does what he needs to do during a game. And
you make a lot of good points too. But when it comes to Red Devil, comes in and say Ferguson kept things simple. Never played this overcomplicated formations. Carrick keep it easy today, and I agree. But Ferguson, he started out, he played the 4-4-2, then he tried to the 4-1-1, and in the early 2000s, he went into a 3-man midfield in the 4-3-3 because he didn't want to be overloaded. So there wasn't any huge changes in his managerial period over that amount of time. He kept it simple. I think it's if you trust your players and you play them in their position and you keep it simple, I think maybe that's the way forward. Not overcomplicating things,
It's a point. It's a really good point, that, Jarvis, and Red Devils, because when people talk about the greatest managers, which bores me, by the way, I hate the conversation. I think it's a pointless conversation. But when you look at Sir Alex, it's not the amount of trophies that he won; it's how he won them, with his ability to reform a team 2, 3, 4 times, change your team, change your backroom stuff, change your team. You don't fit the way I need to play moving forward, so you've got to go. Mark Hughes, Brian Robson, Steve Bruce, all of this. Roy Keane, Paul Ince. You don't fit what I need. Kanchelskis. You don't fit, so you've got to go. And I'll bring, though, the right player to fit what I want. And there was a difference. And that's why he will always be one of the greatest managers there, because there's a zero chance that Guardiola could have survived in Fergie's era. He hasn't got the brain capacity to redevelop his team, but Jurgen Klopp would have, because he did have the brain capacity to redevelop his team. And that's the difference in managers, in my opinion. And I'll tell you who would as well, Jarvis. Marco Silva. You made that point a few weeks ago. He's got the ability to reimagine a team. Hustler at Brighton. Areola, I would argue. Thomas Frank, no. Thomas Frank wouldn't fit into that category. It's really strange, isn't it? And that's why I always.
And by the way, that was a sweet victory for Bournemouth yesterday. Iraola winning the game.
Sweet for everyone.
At the end, that was sweet. That was sweet. So now we sit 2 points ahead of Liverpool. By the way,
is it 2 or 1? I thought it was 1. Is it 2?
Is it 1 to Chelsea and 2 to Liverpool, or is it the other way around?
Yes. No. Chelsea are in between, aren't they? Yes, I forgot. Because they won today, didn't they? 2-0.
Well, let's look at the table. Let's just bring it up and have a look. Where is it? Premier League table. Here we go. So Right now, if you look at the top 5, we are sitting 4th on 38 points, Chelsea 37, and Liverpool on 36. So it's looking good at the moment. I think there's a little bit of there's a gap up to second and third, and there's a tight race for the 4th place. United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and you can even count in Fulham, but I don't think Fulham has the capacity to stay that high up for the rest of the season. So I think it will be a three-man race for the 4th place.
I think it's a 3-man race. Yeah, I do. I think it's a 3-title race, 3-team title race, 3-team 4th place. I don't think we can close. I think Villa are playing too consistently at the moment.
Yeah.
City, I think, will find a little bit of form. I expect Arsenal to bounce back. I don't know, they've got the weekend, but I expect them to bounce back. But Arsenal's problem has been same as City. City got 3 draws there, a loss and a win. We've had 3 draws and 2 wins. And Villa, have had 2 losses in there, but 2 wins. So it's really very, very tight. Liverpool's form, really, of 4 draws and a loss has not been great. So it just goes to show the quality of the Premier League. Forget a couple of teams. It's really concertinaed and it's grown tighter, which is really, really good. But I mean, Fulham are very, very good value for 7th so far. Very good value.
Fulham is good. They're a stable team, and they have a very solid group of players. But I don't think they have the edge.
They're not quite there. They're not good enough up front, are they? What's his name? Jimenez, the ex-Wolves player. He's just not prolific enough, is he? It'd be interesting to see. Yeah, Jimenez. Yeah. Just imagine though, if they kept Mitrovic. That could have been quite a different table you're looking at there, couldn't it? Because Mitrovic is going to go. Because we said in the summer, Mbeumo, and if Mbeumo gives us, what did we say, 15? We felt, and then Cunha comes in with 8, adds to Bruno 8 to 10, adds to Bruno's 8 to 10, adds to Ahmad's a couple. Our goal scoring would be good, and we're now on +7. We haven't seen 7 goal difference that we were, for the last couple of years we've been minus. So, but look at Arsenal. Look at Arsenal, 25, City 26. And Holland hasn't scored in how many games?
6 games, I believe. 6 games. He started on the bench for Manchester City, and by the way, Manchester City, they looked solid in defense against Wolves. With he coming in, I think Guehi is a great player and a good signing for them. And actually, when you look at the top, the title race, I think Manchester City now with Semenyo and Guehi can actually go on let's say a 10-win streak and challenge Arsenal. They are capable of it. They don't look good, but
they don't look great, do they? But I agree.
They have been in this situation so many times. We have seen this before. Suddenly, City clicks, but. So I wouldn't feel secure if I was Arsenal fan right now. By the way, Stu, if you look at our average, we are on our way to about 63 points right now.
No, I'd worked it out. Yeah, I worked it out. But
so not that far away from your 66 points.
Still not there. Still not there.
No, but my 50 point and 55 point, I think I would be wrong about that.
So here's interesting. So Liverpool face Newcastle next Saturday. Arsenal have got Leeds at Ellen Road. At Ellen Road, and I think that'll be a tricky one. Let's see who's on Sunday. So Villa Brentford, that'll be a tough one. You see, City have only got Tottenham. Now it's a funny one. Tottenham, aren't they? You don't know what you're going to get with Tottenham, so. That'll be quite interesting. We've obviously got Fulham, and then Sunderland, Burnley. Sunderland are starting to drop off a bit now, aren't they?
Yeah, I suspect Spurs will sack Thomas Frank in the next couple of weeks. I don't think he will survive.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and maybe they will go on a bounce. Always like this when you change the manager, because
they might sack him this week.
It's almost like a misfit with Thomas Frank and Spurs right now at the moment. It's too methodical for Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Champions League this weekend. It's the Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Glimt is up against the Atletico Madrid away, and they have to win that game to qualify for the playoff.
They just battered City. Come on, it's no problem. No problem for Glimt. Just battered City.
We'll see. Well,
look at the goals.
Yes.
Should we have a look at the goals? Do you want to have a look at the goals? Oh, we've just been chatting, haven't we, tonight? It's weird.
Yeah, but there's a lot to talk about. But I just want to end when it comes to this. We're 12 points behind Arsenal right now, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Could we end up in a title race?
It's too much of a stretch. The problem that we've got right now is we're 2
in a row.
We're 1 Mbeumo away, aren't we, from a bit of disaster, a Cunha away from a bit of disaster. So I don't want to. No, I just. Oh my God, what a dream that would be. We're not going to get anything.
Sean saying 21 is coming.
We're not going to buy anyone in January. We're not going to sign anyone, are we, this month? So.
No, we're not. And also that's the question I wanted to ask you about. Should now Ineos and the board act because they see that we have something going on, and if we make an investment, let's say a midfielder, maybe it could help us over the line to get that, because we are in a 3-man race right now for 100%, that one spot.
We should be acting, Jarvis, and there's two angles we can take on this. We should be acting, bring somebody in and play him periodically between now and the end of the season. Get him set into the system. Or if you're going to bring somebody in, you're going to spend a lot of money, he's got to be a first-team player. But he has to be Premier League proven, so we can just slot in. Look, if Tottenham do manage to snare Andy Robertson, what a great piece of business that would be for them.
Yeah.
What a brilliant piece of business. Because straight in, left back, the end. Nothing. You can just drop him in, can't you? Made a big difference when he came on for Liverpool yesterday. We like Kirkers. Let's be honest. We liked him at Bournemouth, but he can't do it. He can't just hack what's going on at Liverpool. So Robertson, if he goes, brilliant piece of business. We need that type of business, is what I'm getting at. That type of player that we can just put in. City with Gay, thank you very much. Straight into the back, clean sheet. That's the type of business we need.
Are there anyone around that we can actually do business? The only one I can think of is Ruben Neves. Well, we don't want to spend 20 million. We don't want to spend any money this January, so we need basically a loan.
Yes, we need a loan
with no fee,
no obligation, no fee, nothing. We just need a straight loan. Who that would be that could come in and do it? I don't know. We spoke about, by the way, he's a forward player, so that's not what I'm talking about. We spoke about Callum Wilson. All of a sudden, he's clicking, isn't he, with West Ham? He's going to go on loan now. All of a sudden, he's okay, and he's clicking with West Ham. So I just think I can't see anyone coming in, but I agree with you. I think it's critical now. I think they should be meeting tonight, the board, and saying, right, come on, we don't want to upset the apple cart here, but we've got a real chance here, real chance. It's the best chance we've had since Ollie, isn't it? Forget.
100%. We finally feel we are within reach, at least, to make something out of the season. And we don't have many games left. I think we play like 3 games a month right now until the end of the season.
We are sparse with our games. Yeah, we are.
So in a way, maybe we don't need a bigger squad. But I think still we need to strengthen, because I think we will see the weaknesses in this team when we are going to start to control games and playing against lesser opposition. We have struggled with this a lot of times, but I also think we have an ace up our sleeves, and that is Mbeumo and Cunha. We have people who can actually score goals, so maybe we don't need to service them so much, and we can tip the games over and win them now because we have that edge. Yeah.
No, that's interesting. Give Casemiro the break that we need. He played the full 90 today.
He was excellent today.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
He sprinted up and down in the 90th minute. He looked like he was 17 again.
Yeah, he was brilliant today. He was absolutely fantastic. I've got to be honest. He was great. But you are right, though. Give them a break. When we play, when we go in again. I take Ward-Prowse. Yeah, I think he's great. But the Leeds game we were talking about, how difficult that game was to play in. no time. That's the time where we need quality to come off the bench and change the game.
But we have a lot of quality on the bench. Today was a great bench, and
bench
a player like Shea Lacey didn't even make it to the bench. He wasn't even one of the options.
But Tyler Fletcher was removed as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There was no Tyler Fletcher. Look, Yoro didn't get on, did he? And it's a great learning curve for Lenny Yoro. This is what's required now to play in this team, and that's the other good thing, isn't it? And you've been there. We've all been there, guys and gals. This is now the requirement that you have to meet to get in that starting 11. If you're here, forget it. The requirement is here. And I think our starting 11 at this point, I wasn't surprised. We weren't surprised, were we, to see the same starting 11?
No, and I heard people saying that Mazraoui needed to start over Dalot, but I see no way. Dalot is starting 100%. I think people got to remember he played under Carrick in the Oli period. Carrick knows Dalot.
Yeah,
he doesn't know Mazraoui. He just came back from the AFCON. He needs time to get to know him and see what type of player he is before he starts to trusting him. But I think the good thing with a player like Mazraoui is so versatile. He came in as a centre back. He can play as a winger. He can play as a fullback, both sides, right and left. Totally I think even he can, if there's a crisis, he can play as a central midfielder.
I think he could. Yeah, he's played centre half. Yeah, I think he's perfect for us, isn't he? He adds that added experience, and he'd have had a tough couple of days, wouldn't he, after the African Cup?
But he came on. I think he was good today when he came on. I like Mazraoui.
This is a good point, but it's also actually from if you can keep the likes of Maguire and Martinez fit, it allows De Ligt a bit more time, a bit more breathing space. We've got Yoro, we've got Heaven. It allows him that breathing space to get properly fit, get over this back injury, and come back. I would send him off to Dubai, bit of warm weather training with a coach and done all of that with him.
But aren't we going to Dubai to play some matches now?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe we're getting about, is it 10 million?
10 million
or whatever,
euros or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so but I think it'd be fantastic for him. Go out there, just have some warm weather, enjoy it, and relax, because it's very important for us. It's very important for us.
Yeah. And by the way, yeah. Do
you want me to carry on while you're doing that?
No. I just wanted to ask you a question, Stu, and this also comes to the chat. Let's say the next 4 games we have Fulham, we have Spurs, West Ham, and Everton. Then we will be done with February. So how many points do you think we can take in the next 4 games?
The only one I've got a concern about, I don't have a concern about West Ham at the minute, and I know they're playing very well.
Bowen is in great shape, by the way.
I think our problem match might just well be Fulham. Actually, I think we can go to the Hill Dickinson and win. Although by the way, I'm loving Garner at the minute. Fantastic, well-deserved contract extension.
Yeah,
fantastic player. But I think we can go to because I think we've got Maguire back now, so he's gonna handle my man Barry. Because we got Maguire. We didn't have Maguire, did we? If you remember when?
No. And Barry's a great player, by the way.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think. Okay, I'm going to go on a limb. I am going to go on a limb here, guys. And Mr. United Strand Frank, you're going to get your hair cut, fella, because I actually think we could get 12 out of that. I really do.
6 wins in a row.
I think we'll sneak past Fulham. I think it'll be a very, very tight 1-0. I don't think it'll be an easy game. I expect us to beat Tottenham comfortably. I think we'll beat West Ham comfortably, even though and Everton, I think we'll beat them 2-0, West Ham 3-0. I know it's away, I get that, but I think Fulham are difficult, but I think Frank gets his haircut.
Yeah.
At home,
and Bilal, yeah, two late kickoffs, West Ham and Everton.
They are too late, but I don't. That might be okay for us because, as you quite rightly pointed out, Jarvis, we've got time now, haven't we? Again, we've got time to recoup and come back. So I expect us to do that. If you've got Mbeumo, Cunha, I think Sesko's going to come good actually in the next 2 or 3 games as well. Again,
yeah. He did well coming on.
Maguire's playing well. Mainoo is a different player. Casemiro is a different player. You know, Mount's not going to get a look in, I don't think.
No.
Ahmad, I think we've got enough to beat all of those teams. But I think it'll be very tight against Fulham. I think it'll be a tough one against Fulham.
Fulham game is the key. Das is coming in and asks, is there any news on Dorgu? No, not that we know of, but you know, if it's a tear, if it's just a what do you call it, a pull or whatever, you know, it's could be 1 week, could be 6 weeks. Yeah. Even Dorgu doesn't know it right now.
No, he doesn't.
No, that's the thing. You know, it's just too soon.
He won't know.
It'll probably be a little bit of swelling. They need to scan it. They will probably know tomorrow night.
Probably Tuesday, yeah. Tomorrow
Tuesday, yeah,
definitely.
So yeah, but hopefully, you know, by the looks of it, it felt like, I don't think it's very serious. By the looks of it,
it didn't look it, but
I think it was a precaution. Just take him off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We'll just have to keep. We'll be interested to see what Carrick says when he does his presser. Was it Friday?
Stu, my phone was calling, so if you can do a couple of
I'll go through
comments, and I will be back in 1 minute.
Yeah. No problem. Let's have a look what we got. What we said. Jamie, they do play Leeds next. That'll be quite interesting, to be honest. I expect them to get past Leeds, though, Jamie. Bilal, you're absolutely right. Great bench today. I totally agree. Red Devil says, bring back the Rocky music for the Spurs game to intimidate them. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. Bilal, no defensive subs. Delict, we've done that one. No, I think Arsenal will get through that one. Arsenal have to regroup. I think they'll get through that one. What else have we got? Daz says, to be fair, Dallo is not a wing back. That's as fair as I can be. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I thought he did okay today, Daz. Steady. Carlos said Dallo had a steady game. Yeah, I'd agree. What else have we got? Rashmano. Yeah, me and Jarvis agree with that. Fulham game. It is going to be a tricky game. I do expect us to get through it, but I think it'll be tight. They always give us a good game, but we always win by the odds goal. So hopefully we can do that. Let's see what else have we got. Futsal Wednesday was really good. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Got a new pair of shoes for it. So I'll be back there Wednesday. We won the 7-a-side after as well, which was good. So no, it was brilliant. Thanks. Big up, Sean. What else have we got? Did the secret midfielder attend the game? Who knows? He may have been there in undercover. Mavinio says Leeds will be easy for them. I expect Villa and West Ham to give United difficult conditions. Villa for sure. I think we can go to West Ham. I know they're playing well at the minute, West Ham, but I think we can go to West Ham and get a result. I expect 12 out of the next 4 games. No, it's a bit heavy. It's smaller. If you all play futsal, it's smaller. It's heavy. But even now, I still forget that you can't use the boards, and I forget that. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. But I do like it. I'm not the most skillful of players, so I just put my foot in and take some shots now and again. But no, I do enjoy futsal. Absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Serious Bart fan says, amount of games it took to win back-to-back. Amarin 35, Carrick 2. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Jamie, it's good fun, isn't it? Futsal. keeps your heart rate going. I know that much. And it's my legs always ache the following day, but it's all good. Rashmano, yeah, I'll mention that to Jarvis when he comes back. I think he's chatting to somebody at the moment. Oh, here he comes. What else have we got? Be interesting to see how you play with teams who sit back in a low block. Yeah, that's what.
Yes, sorry for that. I'm back again.
And
it was my son calling me.
Oh, well, then, okay. So you always got to take your son.
Yeah.
My lad was 25 on Friday, lads. Who'd have thought I got a 25-year-old boy? Who'd have thought that?
25. Wow.
I know, 25.
I wish I was 25.
We ought to look at the goals, mate. But
yes,
send you some updates as well.
Thank you, Rashmano. I will look at saw some messages coming through on Telegram, so I will check them out. But first of all, we are way behind on the schedule, so I will be quick. The tactical board. It's basically a 4-4-2 against a 4-4-2. I predicted it was going to be a tight game, midfield-esque type of battle, very congested in the central area of the pitch. Lot of players all the time. Yeah. So in a way, and even you saw a lot of the time, Saliba is on this side. Saliba coming into this midfield, and also we had I saw both Martinez and Maguire at some times pushed up into the midfield when they moved inverted either the winger or the fullback. So we had a solution for almost everything, and I think it was quite interesting seeing how we helped each other. Sometimes Shaw pushed forward, sometimes Martinez pushed forward, and even if they were there and the ball went to the other side, they switched. At the same player. So the communication in the back four was really good. That impressed me, and I think you can do this when you have people who's been around for a long time, like Luke Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Dalot. They know how to play a back four. It's second nature, and they've done this for so many years. So that was very interesting. I don't know if you noticed that, Stu.
I did actually, and it negated the Carrick's Casemiro. He didn't necessarily need to be so deep on occasions. He could play a little bit forward because that was happening. There was a lot of interchanging, and as you say, Martinez and Shaw were coming in the middle. One thing you forgot to mention, though, was our new right winger, Sir Harry of Maguire. And he shot up that right wing like an absolute rocket. I mean, he left a fire trail behind him, but the best part was when he put his cross in, which nobody expected.
No one believed it would come.
No, I know. Nobody expected it. There's nobody there. He trots back, doesn't he? Gets the ball, and he's thinking, I want the fucking ball here. But he took it like a midfield maestro. Made the turn, dropped it short, went for the return. Absolute textbook by Harry Maguire. So I did notice that, and I thought we utilised our fluidity better than we did even against Man City. I thought we were excellent at Man City, but we were a lot better, a lot smoother in our transition play, and it was good to see, because there was times when Martinez did pop up on the left side. Around on the 18-yard line on 2 or 3 occasions, but in both halves. Where we did that. And the interesting thing for me was Declan Rice just couldn't get a hold on the game.
He struggled tremendously. He dropped deeper and deeper and deeper, and we were always nagging him. Always, time.
Yeah.
And the work rate of a player like Casemiro right now, I don't know what happened to him, but he stays in the central area, but he pushes really high and aggressive sometimes too. He's not afraid.
No, I know. That's one thing I noticed more today. At City, I thought he was very disciplined. Rodri type discipline. Today, he was more relaxed, and I think it's because of what you said about Martinez and Shaw, Maguire and Dalot coming into areas where he would always normally be, and he didn't have to be there. So I thought that was
but we talked about this on the Amarin, but there was something
something was wrong.
Right, it was off the rhythm, and who was the guy who was going to go into the midfield and be aggressive and be that extra midfielder, and at that time, so I think it was very confusing for a lot of these players. That's just my suspicion, and also I think one of the key today was Mbeumo. For me, Mbeumo was my man of the match because the way he pressed Saliba and Gabriel all the time, it was constantly on them, worked hard, and as a in this Carrick system, you have a lot of partnerships. You have the partnership of Bruno and Mbeumo, you have the partnership of Dalot Ahmad, partnership of Dorgu, Luke Shaw, partnership of Mainoo, Casemiro. So there's a lot of partnerships in this, and they work really well together.
Yeah. No, I'd agree.
And I also think you get this when you take away the complexity of tactics and systems and just let players be players and do what they used to.
Yes, I'll give you a right smile there, pal, because we may have spoken about that before.
I know you agree 100%.
We may have spoken about that before, maybe. How can you get Mbeumo? Absolutely, but for me, Maguire up the wing, Harry Maguire racing up the wing.
I wish I had that. I don't have that clip, but maybe I can bring it up for tomorrow's show.
Yes.
But how we played ourselves out from the back, we just
I'd like to talk about that tomorrow, right, if we can.
Simple triangle, interchanging of positions, and how easily we played us out, and Maguire down the wing, crossing in, and no one believed the cross would come. It was empty rooms.
He was away like a rocket, wasn't he? It's brilliant to see because it was deep in the game. Don't forget. So
yeah.
It was absolutely superb, mate. Absolutely superb.
We can show the first goal. So in this instance, obviously you saw the goal, but Arsenal just shifted the play from one side to the other, and I think it's Saka who receives the ball in this instance. Yeah. I don't think we look quite good in this. We have the back four. We are settled. But the key situation is here, and maybe this is where Paul Scholes is right. Martinez sometimes is a little bit too weak. He's up against Timber in this instance, and if it was Maguire, he would never been pushed that deep. That's my statement on
this. He got into when you play it on, you'll see that they were both wrestling each other, and he got into a wrestling match with Timber, which he shouldn't do in the centre because. First and foremost, we're in a very good line, 100%. Secondly, Lamens is perfectly positioned 2 or 3 yards off his line. So if there was a clip cross, he's in a position to come and get it. Look, for whatever reason, I don't know what Saka was doing. He either tried a strike or a shot, or he was trying some lazy cross. But either way, it kind of just landed in front of Timber, and Timber Timber went like that. That's all he did. It was like a swipe motion, but Martinez was too busy concentrating on fighting Timber than actually what was happening. All you got to do is kind of just hold.
Yeah, but in a way, let's talk about wrestling, for example. I think. Timber had Martinez pinned down. He was pinned down.
Yeah, he's a strong boy though.
So both legs of Martinez was locked on the ground.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't get his left foot on. I agree. Totally agree.
And this could happen if you're not strong enough. He's a strong guy, Martinez. Don't get me wrong, but when you have the ability of height, you're coming over. You get the weight, body weight, and this could be a problem. Little bit of a weakness when it comes to this. I love Martinez, by the way, but
they always say in football though, Jarvis, pick your battles. They always say pick your battles in football, and this is the wrong battle to pick. I totally agree with you, man. 100% totally agree with you. But I would like to say it was a fine finish from Timber. I'm sorry to say it was a fine finish.
Wasn't it an own goal? Didn't it hit the heel of?
Well, I think Timber scores it personally.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
So let's just look at it. Saka gets the ball. Yeah,
it's Timber.
So it goes back to Odegaard, and Odegaard puts off. It's just a deflection in a way.
Yeah, well, it is. Whatever Saka was doing and whatever Erdegaard, because I've got no idea what Erdegaard was doing. Is it bad control or is it an attempted shot?
Yeah, he was under pressure, I think it's Luke Shaw who's right up there with him, and he couldn't get the shot off in a good way.
Watch Timber now. This is why I think Timber gets it.
Yeah.
Can you see his foot in between Martinez? That's the only reason I think he gets it. But Daz agrees, actually. He doesn't think it was an own goal. But, Lamens, by the way, had no chance. Lamens' position was very good, by the way. He had no...
Yeah.
But you're right about if Maguire was there, it's no goal. I agree.
That's the thing. And also, I believe when let's say when De Ligt comes back, if he comes back this season, I don't know how the severity of his injury. They don't tell us anything, Man United. They have said it's a back injury. He will be back next week, and next week.
Sort of quite like they don't tell us in a way, because, what I've noticed about, if people know where your injury is or was, that's the first place I'll target you.
Paul comes in and say, I think we should replace Martinez in the summer.
This place, you haven't got to read the rest yet.
It's a bloke at Palace, Gehi. I think his name is. He's out of contract in the summer, and we can get him on a free. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no, but that's the point. The point is, we said this, didn't we? Was it on the last show? City got a problem in defence. What do they go and do? Go and buy Mark Gay. We have a problem in field. What do we go and do? Nothing. That's the difference, isn't it? The difference is Tottenham. Like I said to you, if they can get Robertson, it's a marquee deal, that is, for 6 months. Because he's a very solid left back. We just need that person. Somebody asked us a question, actually, it was a while ago, and I can't remember who it is, so apologies, but they did say, do you think Neves, after his couple of years in Saudi, would be up to speed in the Premier League?
That's a good question. I don't know, but because the level of the Saudi league is not the same, and if you do it for years on years, it could affect you. But we also seen players like Jordan Henderson, Granit Xhaka. Did he come back from Saudi? At least Jordan Henderson.
No, Xhaka went to Leverkusen.
Yeah,
Xhaka was at Leverkusen, wasn't he?
Because Xhaka was been great. But okay, that's not a great example. But Henderson, he did well when he came back to the Premier League. So
yeah, he didn't like it in there. He didn't like it, did he, at all? So he went to Ajax first, didn't he? And then and then across the Premier League.
Yeah.
Van Hecke, yeah.
I like Van Hecke. I have no problem with Van Hecke. He's a ball-playing centre-back. I think he's quite
Sean's talking about Van Hecke, I think. I think he's talking about him as I prefer Anderson Donov from Fulham, but I'm coming round to your way of thinking with Van Hecke, by the way.
I think he's an underestimated centre-back, but he needs a strong partner. So if we are going to keep Maguire, I think Van Hecke could be a good partnership with Maguire, for example, because we got to realize he plays with Dunk now, and Dunk is a big guy. He's an old-fashioned centre-back.
Well,
he's a ball-playing centre-back. So I think we can get the right pairing, and also if we get a let's say Van Hecke, and we have to keep Maguire for another year. That's just me.
100%. Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah. But I do think whatever happens, we've either got to put our chips into the Euro or Heaven basket, or we've got to do something at some point. Not maybe this summer, but maybe in the summer's time, perhaps.
Yeah. I'm loading up the clip for the Mbeumo goal right now, so we can have a look, Stu.
Xhaka, I think, is at Sunderland, Paul, and I think Henderson went to Brentford. That's right, isn't it, Jarvis? Have I got that right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, you were right, Paul.
So in this instance, you see here is Casemiro. I think he's chasing. Has to be Declan Rice.
He is. Yeah, it's Declan Rice. Yeah.
And as I said, Casemiro, he wasn't the deepest lying DM in this game. He was much more free flowing, pressing high, and you see him higher up than Kobe Mainoo, who sits on Odegaard in this situation. and Casemiro, he pushes him back into this area, and this is where I think they went wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
You play back under pressure. You have to get the ball away from the momentum. It should be an easy pass here for Arsenal. So if I was Arteta, I would have been screaming, the ball should go here. This is where you want it.
100%.
And
he's facing that way, in a way, Jarvis.
Yeah. But is it Saliba or Gabriel who's on the ball?
I
think it's Gabriel.
I can't quite tell. I can't quite tell from there, to be honest.
No. So again, small details, but this is what you get from football. You score goals by the opposition doing mistakes. And that was a big mistake from Arsenal. This should be capable to play under pressure. This is the modern football, and you sometimes lose the ball. And we did the same thing in the first half, especially with Bruno. A lot of the times, he lost the ball in dangerous position because Bruno wasn't able to receive the ball high up, so he dropped down and then did his dangerous stuff. Trying to turn with the ball under pressure, and it could have cost us a couple of times in the first half.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That. But again, I thought we were tentative and slow in parts in the first half anyway. But that's fine. I think we did say we'd start off slow, didn't we?
We predicted it. So again, the ball goes into Saliba, and it's a poor touch. You see his first touch, it's too long.
Yeah.
And Mbeumo, angling the press, taking away the option to play the fullback, blocking the passing lane here. Wonderful press, and this is what you get from Mbeumo. His angling, how he runs, and he do small shimmies, so you're not quite sure if it's coming right, is it coming left, is it coming straight at me. So again, Mbeumo, he was instrumental for us today in the way he played the game. So you see here, he panics. It's a really poor ball to Subamendi.
He couldn't believe it, man. Couldn't believe it.
But it's not a good pass either from Saliba. He's under pressure. It's a little bouncy. So I wouldn't give the fault error 100% to Subamendi.
I would have gone back to Raya again. I don't quite understand what they were doing. I just popped it back to Raya. I just don't understand footballers sometimes.
Yeah, but it comes to first the choice of the player. Should have played the ball forward, not backwards. Play the ball backwards. Saliba is caught off guard a little bit. He have a little bit too heavy touch, so he needs to sprint. He's not in balance, and he gives a poor pass to Subamendi. And Subamendi, it's a gift. It's a gift to us.
It's a gift, but you got to take him, haven't you? It's a brilliant piece there. I love that piece of play. It's fantastic.
And the outside of the foot.
I know. It's phenomenal.
Oh,
brilliant finish. Brilliant finish.
So there's just a line of errors from Arsenal, and we exploited it. And Mbeumo, man, what a player! As I said, for me, he was man of the match for me, because I think he was so influential in the way we pressed. And I was a little bit surprised that we subbed him off after 65 minutes.
Planned substitution. Yeah, did exactly the same against City. It's perfect, actually, when you think about it. When you've got an absolute live wire like Cunha ready to come on, it's for a tiring defence. It's the last thing you want to see is Cunha coming on. And I thought Cunha was great. But again, going back to you and Mbeumo, man of the match, he didn't race up the wing, did he? Do a shimmy and put a cross in. I'm just saying. There's only one man capable of doing that. And he's big, Harry Maguire, and that's it. He's man of the match. He's player of the fucking season for that. I'm gonna die now.
Are you the number one fan in Harry Maguire's Player FC fan base group?
We've been working together for 5 years now, and I've always loved Harry Maguire, and I always bang that Maguire drum. Always bang that Maguire drum. Brilliant. Legend.
The premise is Mbeumo ran out of gas, and he was brilliant
Probably
today.
did. Yeah, he's been at AFCON as well, hasn't he? So yeah, good.
He was sorely missed.
Probably a good spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he gave us the relentless work rate, the way he pressed. He made life difficult for Arsenal all the time. But you could see after Mbeumo came off, Saliba was so much more involved in the game, carrying the ball up on the right side. Yeah. And because Cunha is not as relentless when it comes to his press play, but you get something else with Cunha, and that was the breathers. Because when he receives the ball, he dribbles and gets free kicks. And actually should have had more free kicks than one time the referee should have given him a free kick. And
I couldn't quite believe it. It was right in front of me. But the Mainoo one I thought was hilarious. Mainoo just goes like that, and Cunha goes like that, and Mainoo carries on with it. I thought it was great. Mainoo's some player though, by the way. I think it's worth noting. And I thought when Mainoo come on, I thought he tightened up Arsenal's middle a bit. I thought they became very, very dangerous when Mainoo came.
Yeah. By the way, we are on 50 likes. So if you're watching and you haven't smashed a like, please do us a favor and give us a like. We slave in this kitchen, and that's the currency on YouTube. And the algorithms needs the likes for us to get the video pushed out. Let's go to the screamer. This reminds me of Tony Yeboah. Leeds in the 90s.
Tony Yeboah.
If you haven't seen the Tony Yeboah goal, search it up on YouTube. It's a brilliant goal.
It's a fantastic goal with Tony Yeboah. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
So in this week we get a little bit of combination play. It's I think it's Ahmad to
Bruno
to
Dorgu. Mainoo. Is that to
Mainoo? And Mainoo just flicks it through in this area. So again, I think the opening, for the vision from Kobe Mainoo, just to see this small little simple pass, I think that was brilliant.
Fantastic.
No, it's not this. That's obviously the Cunha goal. So this is Bruno. It's combination play 1-2s with Cunha and Dorgu and Bruno.
This is the Dorgu goal now.
Yeah. That was the second goal. Let me just remove this. They are so strict when it comes to instructional footage. But again,
have it. Anyone seen Raya? He won't get in that. What
do you think went through Dorgus' mind at this moment? The guy is walking on air at the moment.
Well, I think to be honest, mate, when you put that type of volley away, like I did a couple of weeks ago, I think you can kind of think, well, I'm going to just give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? I miss. That's the mentality you should have in that area. I've always thought that. Just have a strike. If people turn around and say, "Oh, you toss it," well, at least I've had a go, because one time, Jarvis, that's going to happen, and you are going to score.
Yeah,
and he did, and I like the way he just gently runs off as if to say, "I do it every day in training, mate. What's your problem?" No, it's a fantastic strike. I was really disappointed that they looked at it for handball. Well, we're looking at for handball. What's he supposed to do? He pushed his arms behind.
If it was Michael Oliver in the VAR room, we would probably given it. That's.
Yeah, he's been watching you, me old mate, because he pushed his arm exactly how you have your arms behind your back, and when receiving the ball, he did that, and then he pulled them out and bang. It was a very, very sweet strike, and you just sometimes. I've always said you've got to doff your cap occasionally to players, and you've just got to doff your cap to Dorgu. It was a great strike. The keeper had no chance.
50 likes. We are on 53 likes. I just want to show you from another angle. And someone mentioned the Bruno pass wasn't good, but he received it on his chest and just flicks it with the outside of his foot. So it's not an easy pass, but to find. But this is Bruno. He has good vision when it comes to this. Yeah. And you always talk about this too, the bounce, the count, the 1, 2, and boom.
Right. Yeah.
You see, he waits out the ball.
He does.
That's the perfect technique. Let's
the thing about it is, Arsenal weren't in a bad position as well defensively. They were okay. You can't have a pop at Arteta couldn't really have a pop at them, and it's one of those goals.
No, I would have Gabriel here.
You got to hold
He
your
has
hands.
one job and one job only, and that's it. That is to push out. You can't be that passive in a situation like this. You got to smell the danger. For me,
I would have put Dorgu on his arse there, in that where you've dropped, where he's looking and waiting for the ball to drop. I would have just put your legs under you. But anyway, they didn't.
I think they tried their best, but they can't do it. They can't do it.
He's quite strong, though, isn't he? He's
so strong. When he's facing the goal, there's nothing stopping him. That's the thing. That's what.
But the good thing is, he'll keep trying that now. And he's going to score more goals by doing it. It's fantastic.
So you see here, it bounces. He waits out and perfect.
Pick that out. Sorry, Raya. Raya didn't even bother diving properly, did he?
Nah, he has no chance in hell. That was.
It was a great finish.
Unsavable, Yeah,
it was a great finish. I'm so chuffed for the lad.
Yeah,
to be honest.
And that's a proper dipper. You start training on the dipper. You have to always in practice and trainings. Yeah. And it's not about strength; it's about technique and the right timing. You wait for the ball to bounce.
You need to hit it hard. It's all about technique.
Yeah,
there's no power behind it. It's all about technique. Fantastic goal.
Yeah, Bruno got his 10th assist for the season, and he's on top of the assist league in the Premier League this season. So playing as a number 8, people say he's stat pads, but again, he's there.
I find assists hilarious because you've got to pass the ball. I mean, you have to pass the ball. People were talking about assists the other day. I was listening to a radio debate, and I thought it was quite funny. Oh, he's got another assist. Yeah, but if Lamans had lobbed it out and Dorgu took it down, Lamans gets an assist. That's just how it is. It's so I don't know when the assist thing became a thing, if you know what I mean. I can't actually remember when it actually became a thing, but anyway.
Well,
who cares?
If you go back in stats, if you look at Ryan Giggs' post goals, for example, a guy like post goals, 500 games, about 50 assists. So he only had 1 assist in every 10th game.
I know.
When you think of it.
But how many times was he? But how many times was he instrumental in starting the move that finished with a goal? And so somebody's got to pass it eventually to you for you to be able to do it. So, but anyway, look, it doesn't matter. That's just me.
The corner, it's just a blurry picture,
It's a melee, isn't it? I didn't even see it go in. Did you originally when it was live?
No, it was cleared off the line. But funnily enough, that was right after the incidents when Sesko got a ball in his face, and they got the corner kick on this, and Sesko was actually standing inside the goal, behind the line. I don't know why he did that, but that was poor from him. He should have pushed a little bit more forward, but there weren't any space. That's probably the reason. So, but I think it was a little bit groggy at that moment.
Probably. Yeah.
And by the way, the referee, why didn't he blow the whistle? There's an obvious head injury. You saw him. He got punched in the face with the ball from Bruno, and
it was Bruno. Wasn't it? It was like.
Well, but it's in the rule book. As a referee, you have one choice, and that's to blow the whistle if you have a head injury on the pitch.
Yeah.
So maybe they shouldn't even have had this corner. That's just my take. So the corner kick comes in. Yeah, and there's a goal.
Yeah, it was just one of them, wasn't it? It's not a great goal at all.
It's Tony Pulis football, This is Arteta's bread and butter. I'm not very impressed by this Arsenal team. They have nothing besides free kicks and corner kicks. For me,
it's embarrassing. It's like I said to you, Jarvis. Timber at one point did a back heel when he could have flicked it over into the box. He did a back heel to get a corner. I mean, that was just. And I'm looking at him thinking, if that's your only way to score, Mr. Arteta, you haven't learnt off the supposed master, then, have you? Oh, Guardiola, because he was with Guardiola for years, wasn't he? You haven't learnt off the master, then. Terrible way to win a game of football. Terrible. I'm glad we went up pretty much and scored.
Yeah, I'm super glad. I have footage of the Cunha goal, but I see I can't play it because there's something in some watermarks in that
Oh no,
clip, so
don't.
I can't show it. So I don't want to do it. So I'm sorry, guys, but I can show you the ending of the goal. Only the shoot.
You on about that? You on about that or?
Yeah, this. But I can't show you the pass from Kobe Mainoo because I think that was the instrumental part in this goal. The little flick, how we find that
It's a little flick.
space.
Yeah, it was a nice piece of triangle.
But you all seen it, so you know what I'm talking about. So again, you see here Cunha comes. Oh,
Goal,
fantastic curl on that ball. How he
Gabriel used Gabriel beautifully, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gosh, fucking brilliant.
But, you know, this is 10 out of 10 technique. How we just
Ray had no chance, to be fair, did he? Not a hope in hell. Look how far the ball is before Ray is even make an attempt to go anywhere near it. Fantastic.
But we see Cunha doing this many times. We've seen him do it over and over again. He did this a lot of times for Wolves.
Third goal?
Yeah.
This season?
Yeah, not for us, but we've seen him doing it for Wolves.
Sesko's got 3, and Mbeumo must have 8.
And Mbeumo, yeah, he must have.
Maybe more. We'll have to have a look, actually. We'll have to have a look. What impressed me about that one, apart from the flick, was the actual space awareness that Cunha had to receive it, to pull off, receive it, and then go directly, don't go diagonal, didn't go straight with it, went diagonal with it, saw what was happening unfold him. As soon as he saw Gabriel move towards him, that's when he took his shot. And that's what gave Raya no chance. Ryder no open hole with that, mate. Game of the skate. I mean, I'm torn between because they're all quality finishes, every single one of them. And I think the most difficult one was Mbeumo's finish because of he had no margin for that.
I agree.
But I think really at the 3, you'd have to give it Dorgu, wouldn't you, for the absolute obscene attempt that he struck it with. And it was just astonishing, really. It was a hell of a strike. The dip. I think you would have to give Dorgu a goal of the game, but it's not often we can sit here.
They were all good goals, you know.
That's what I mean. It's not often we can do that, is it? We can't. Yeah. We've never been able to sit here in all our years of doing this, pal, and think, we got 3 top draw goals to choose from. Where do you go? So the audacity of Dorgu, I think, probably wins it. But I think the most difficult finish by far was Mbeumo's.
I think also the Mbeumo goal is
Blows off.
Yeah, we are ending quite soon. So guys, I see someone mentioning redirecting to Nora, but I don't think is he live now?
Let me check. You carry on, pal. Do you want to do it? I'll check now. I'll just quickly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, big up, Mark. You always do absolutely buzzing. Yeah, 100%. Me too. I don't know where to go from here. You know,
we haven't stopped grinning, have we, pal? We haven't stopped grinning, have we, maybe?
No. I'm smiling. You know, from ear to ear. You know, I'm just a big smile at the moment when it comes to this. And right now I'm getting giddy. I'm thinking in my mind, 12 points up to Arsenal. Maybe can we do it? Can we go in a winning streak? Can we put 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row? Suddenly we are there.
No one's live, pal. We're the only ones live at the minute.
No, okay. Yeah. Because I saw King Solbot coming in and say I needed to redirect. But
it's not live at the minute, King. I can't see. I can't see anything.
No, okay. Well, if it's not live, I can't redirect anyway.
Yeah,
so it's just the way it is. But you know, it's a brilliant day. So let's go to the man of the match. Let's see the poll.
Yeah, who won it?
We have a poll, 80 votes. We have more votes than likes, people.
Harry.
Harry Maguire is on 16%.
What?
Yes. Oh. But it came in second.
Well, that's all right.
Mbeumo is only on 12%, and Sene Lammens is on 15%. So the winner is by a landslide, 56%, Patrick Dorgu for his brilliant Tony Yeboah goal. So Ballon Dorgu wins the man of the match. Congratulations.
I'll take that because Harry won the Sky one, so I'll take that. He's got one man of the match today, so I'll give him. But didn't you say Lammens got given man of the match as well?
Lammens was given the man of the match on was it FB Footmob or something. He got a higher score, so Lammens got a score of 8.2.
Oh, nice.
Voted by people.
Okay.
Yeah, but Dorgu only got a 7.8. So if you look at this,
interesting.
So you see here Mbeumo 7.7, Dorgu 7.8, and Lammens 8.2.
Well, you can tell they don't know what they're fucking talking about. Maguire only got a 7. Fucking hell, come on. Jesus, fuck, Mom, get a fucking
I believe I kind of agree that Maguire was man of the match, but for me it was Mbeumo.
No, and I get that. And I think, to be honest, there are times where you've said to me, who's your man of the match? And I've gone, no one. I'm not giving anyone. You've got to. No, I'm not doing it. But no, there was Mbeumo, there was Maguire, there was Dorgu, there was Lammens.
I would even give Casemiro a shout.
Casemiro, yeah. Mainoo a very passive shout because, like you say, he didn't do anything wrong in the game. You could suggest Dallo had a better performance than 6 points. Ahmad, so yeah. I don't agree with it all the time, but it's just what you call it, isn't it?
Well, I agree when it comes to Lammens, he's been our most important signing, and the mentality of that guy, 8 or 9 corner kicks from Arsenal, and they fully packed the 5-yard box, the 6-yard box, and there was no space, but you could see every corner. He fought his way out there and tried.
Did you see him talking to the goalkeeping coach about it on the way off?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so he was coming off and he was talking to, I'm presuming it's the goalkeeping coach, and they were talking about it, and he was talking about how he was boxed in, and so they'll look at that. And they were just having a conversation about it. Again, not seen that before for a while, have we? Basic football stuff, but we haven't seen it for a while. It's really good. I think it's the goalkeeping coach, I'm not sure. And there was a lot of fouls, Mark. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of fouls. You could probably suggest there was a foul actually in their second goal. But when there's the problem you got with that, Mark, is when the penalty box is absolutely rammed, it's impossible for the referee to see because they have to position themselves outside the box. It's impossible for them to see, but I do agree.
Yeah.
I thought there was a lot of fouls today on them. A lot of pushing, wasn't there, Jones, and shoving.
I don't understand because you clearly see Arsenal setting up the train all the time.
I know.
Well, are we not allowed to just back into the first guy on the train and just stop it?
Well,
or will they get a penalty for interference? Or why don't we do it? They do the same thing 9 times in a row. They set up a train. Just push the first guy back and stop them.
I'd even do something more simple and absolutely even more childish. I would. Okay, it's a train behind us. What are you going to do now? We're all on the fucking line. What are you going to do? That's what I would do because ultimately you're right. It's everything is behind. So, and you need Lammens. Our problem is when you're defended in there as a central defender, if you don't give your goalkeeper try and work an area for your goalkeeper to be able to work in, it's impossible for him to get the ball. It is. And we saw it on that goal. I mean, he missed it, didn't he, by a country mile?
He did. Yeah,
he did. I mean, we missed it by a country mile. And it's almost impossible. But to be honest, it's such a poor way of playing football, Jarvis. That is.
It's Tony Pulis-esque.
It is.
And I don't like it. I don't like it.
No. I don't want our champions to be like that. I'd rather Aston Villa win it with a more free-flowing approach because they were brilliant against
100%. And I think Unai Emery, I think he deserves it. He's been around for a long time. He's a top manager. He is. Yeah. He really is. Could you imagine, Aston Villa winning the league? They haven't won the league since beginning of the 80s or something.
Yeah. And
they madness in Birmingham.
14 players. And then Peter With pops one in Europe as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Chalk that one off. With. I think he probably did that with
$1 billion.
$1 million. No, but we are what we've actually more than anything. What we are demonstrating now is, I will say this, Jarvis, and I know we can all dream about 21, etc., etc., but I will say this. There'll be a lot of teams that will stand up and take notice of what we've done over the last 2 weeks. And those teams are going to be Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And the teams in and around us, Newcastle, Chelsea in particular. Arsenal will be wanting to know what we're doing, and so will City. They'll be looking at us now with a little bit of fear, and they weren't 6 weeks ago. And that's how football can change. So we keep picking up the points, and they drop the odd point here and there. Who knows what could happen? I think it's a bit too far, but I'm going to go with we'll get to 66 and I'll be
We took Newcastle for 10 points that 1 year. Was it 95 or
12?
12 points, yeah?
Yeah.
So nothing is impossible when it comes
to nothing.
We also lost to Arsenal that year. Freddie Ljungberg scored all those instrumental goals. I think we had a 10-point lead at one time.
Well, the question will be, old friend, who's got to play each other? Have Arsenal got to play Villa? Have Villa got to play City? City got to play Liverpool? I don't know who's got to play who. That will tell us a great deal.
People are starting to believe 12 points. It can go.
Well, it can. I mean, 12
it's doable. It's not impossible. But I'll give it a 3% chance. But
Jarvis, it's 4 wins. You know, I stand by my statement. Frank is cutting his hair in a few weeks' time. He's cutting his hair. That's and if we get to that point, Jarvis, where Frank cuts his hair, then I think we can have a conversation. Because I bet you between now and then, Frank cutting his hair, that Villa will drop points. City might drop the odd one here or there, and so might Arsenal again.
It makes me think. I'm just. Can you imagine what will happen if Carrick could pull this off and actually win the effing league? You know, it will be a statue outside Old Trafford.
There will be a statue for Michael Carrick,
and Holland and
Steve Holland with him. Oh no, don't say it. Don't say it. No. Can you imagine a fucking Woodgate?
The new Holy Trinity.
Docile face. Fucking Woodgate in his docile face, but he's having an impact.
But usually, statistically, you can gain a point each game week on average.
I think so. Yeah,
because Arsenal won't go in a losing streak. You know, it's not like they will lose the next 4 games. So we can gain, let's say, one point a round. So how many rounds left now? It's just 15. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we can gain 15 points on them, and it's only 12, so it's possible. But then no slip-ups from now on, just pure wins for the rest of the season.
So Paul Tobin, did you see Paul Tobin's slightly sarcastic comment? Yeah, kind of not what I meant, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Bang on analysis. I get paid a lot of money for that, Paul. I get paid a lot of money.
You must be a member of the Mensa Club. You can see him with this Rubik's Cube and all.
Yeah, sorry, I've got one. Now, my point was, I don't know whether City got to play Villa again, or if Arsenal got to play Villa. That's where I was going with potential.
Potential.
I did like the comment. It was a good comment. It was funny.
And the madness as always comes in. It's always come in and be positive about Man United. It's always predicted wins. It's always supportive of the club, and now now it's your time. It's time for celebration. We have been doing 1 hour 53 minutes. It's time to wrap up the show. I see a lot of people coming in. Big up, Sir Camp coming in, and all of you guys. Please do us a favor, smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. We need as many subscribers as possible, because YouTube is not pushing us to anyone, and even if you're subscribers, you don't get any notifications, a lot of you guys. So do me a favor and press that bell notification, and you will get a notification next time we go live. Our next show will be tomorrow night, 9 p.m. as usual. Jarvis's Corner.
Get your questions in. If you want to get your questions in, by the way, in the comments when Jarvis sets up the stream, and you want to get your questions in early, that's great. When we get in, we'll star them, and we can have a good old Q&A. We'll be back Tuesday as well for a full-on Q&A. That's our fun show, isn't it, Jarvis? Tuesday, it's our fun show.
Tuesday will be a relaxed, just talk with you guys in the chats. Yes. Okay, so I see Noradin's show, so I can redirect, but it's not going live until 30 minutes. But I can redirect you over there. You can press the like and give Noradin the support he deserves, because Noradin has always been helpful to my channel, Stu's channel, and always helping us and pushing the channel. So I want to repay and help Noradin too. So you don't have to watch the show if you don't like, but at least go there and press the like for Noradin. Big up, guys. Big up, Rich. Big up, Rushmano, Das. Hello,
thank you for this live event. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's always great to do a show, especially when we win. And Nathan, big up, great show. Student always big up chat, massive help during this weather's January blues. Yes, the weather is terrible. A lot of places in the world right now, including up in the north, is freezing as F. It's like -20 outside.
Positively tropical, Jarvis. Positively tropical.
Yes. Okay, thank you, everybody. Stu and I will be back tomorrow night. Tune in, and we will have a proper chat, panel debate. Mark will be on. Hopefully, someone else. I will try. Maybe Sean, if he's available, can come on, and we can analyze this game more properly and have a good debate on the game. Yeah. So, guys, girls, have a good one, and we will see you on the next. Go over to Noradin's channel, press the like, and we will see you on the next. Have a good one, and bye.
Bye.